Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Going Places with Abu Maika. If this is your first time watching my videos, I am Abu Maika. I am a new immigrant in Canada and I like talking about immigration to Canada as well as life in Canada. So in this video I'm just going to be talking about the culture shocks that I have experienced and continue to experience in my settling process, and things that I find different about Canada that I'll have to adjust to. Yeah, so that's culture shock, so stay tuned. Okay, so the first culture shock, I guess, is the weather. Now, as you can see, I am very improperly dressed for this weather. It's 8 p.m. right now, and in my home country 8 p.m. would be very dark, but it's actually 8 p.m. and it feels like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon something. The current temperature is 22 degrees Celsius, and you know, when I got out of the house, I just thought, it's 8 p.m. let me wear something a bit warm because it might be a bit chilly, but evidently I'm actually feeling quite hot. But yeah, I mean, coming from the UAE where hot means 35 degrees, 40 degrees, that's hot. But here hot, like 22 degrees can be hot, 17 degrees can be hot, So like, I think yesterday I went out in the evening, it was 12 degrees Celsius and I was quite cool. I didn't even wear a jacket like this. So that's one thing. Sunrise, right now it's spring. Sunrise is around 5:30 in the morning, and then the sun sets like as late as 10 p.m. So you'll find that people will be out like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. and the like. So in Dubai, the sun would set a lot earlier. I don't think, of course, you'd sometimes have sunset at 8 p.m., but not so much, maybe 7, but here 10 p.m. sunset. So the second culture shock is about communications. I found it quite shocking that Canada has got area codes for mobile numbers. So I actually had to change my mobile number. I got a mobile number in Ontario province in the city of Toronto. I'm still trying to get used to saying Toronto, but my fellow countrymen, if they hear me saying Toronto, they're like, this guy is trying to be snobby. Yeah, no, that is in Canada. So Toronto. Anyway, so I bought a mobile SIM card in Ontario province, and that had a different area code. And then when I came to Alberta province, I realized that all the numbers like start with 587 or 514, 780, that kind of thing. So they got area codes for mobile numbers. I've never seen that in any country. I mean, I've lived in Zimbabwe, I lived in Cyprus, I lived in the UAE, I've been to the UK, I've been to a few other countries, but Canada so far is the only country I've seen where there are mobile number area codes. Well, and also thirdly, relating to communications, I found that people here seem to like using voicemail a lot. That's something that I personally last used when I was still in Zimbabwe, back I think in the early days of mobile telecommunications. Here it's very common, you call someone and they can't answer, they'll divert you to voicemail. I'm not a voicemail person, I'd rather send a WhatsApp message or something and then allow the person to respond like whenever they are ready. But here, yeah, voicemail seems to be a thing. So yeah, another culture shock, Canada uses postal boxes. So yeah, it's Canada Post, mail and courier. Mail deposited here before 8 a.m. will be picked up daily, Monday to. So you can still drop off your mail here, and there's a return parcel box key in the mail slot, and so yeah. The culture shock also has to do with searching for a house. Apparently, house hunting, apartment hunting in Canada is very, very different from what I experienced in the UAE and even in my home country and also in Cyprus. Here they like to do credit checks, reference checks. They want to know how you were at your previous place. They want to know your previous landlord. They want to know, whether you were paying rent on time and the like. So credit checks, reference checks from an employer, even character references. Those are very important considerations when you are looking for an apartment. So in my case, a lot of the landlords that I talked to were willing to accept references from my previous country. So I asked my landlord in the UAE to give me a reference letter. So he gave me, and it was a very good reference. So I sort of used that whenever a landlord wanted a reference check. So that's another thing I found different about Canada, which I haven't seen in any of the other countries I've lived in, is that cars only have rear license plates. So the front of the car won't have any license plate. I think I saw this in Alberta. I don't remember in Toronto if we ever had any front license plates on vehicles. But in Alberta, even, I mean, look at this car that we used for a few days. It only had a rear license plate. So, yeah. Dubai is front and back, Zimbabwe front and back, Cyprus front and back, Canada is just back only. Well, and another thing with regards to the country's response to COVID-19, unlike in the UAE, where you must wear a mask whenever you're outdoors, whenever you're not in your own house, in Canada, masks are not compulsory. That's why right now I'm just taking a walk in the neighborhood. I don't have any mask on, but the regulations state that you must wear a mask or face covering only when you cannot socially distance. Example, like when you're on a bus, train, and also on an airplane, whatever, public transportation, then you must wear a mask or face covering. Yeah, so sometimes, I was shocked. I went to Walmart a few days ago and in the supermarket, I mean, some people are not even wearing masks inside the supermarket. So, yeah, as long as you can just maintain distance. So that's, how the country has responded to COVID-19. Different from Dubai. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about the culture shocks that I experienced. And, yeah, so I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the notifications button so that you don't miss out when I upload the next video.